The range is this right there. Now, think for a moment. You folks that like to use volume profile, you like to look for that point of control, value area high, value area low, and look at all that and look at this. Okay. When I'm looking at this range here, it's defined simply by time and my PD arrays. There's no overlap here with volume profile. There's no overlap with anything else but what I'm showing you here. Look at the midpoint. See that right there? There's a lot of price action being offered in that same range. That equilibrium price point has to have an inefficiency. Inside that range, we can see, there you go. What's that? That's a SIBI. If I take that SIBI and extend it through, look at the magic that happens. See that? Ain't that amazing? No advantage, like I said. So by having this, I'm going to take that little range box off. We can anticipate how far that shallow run below that minor sell side is going to trade right back up. And the bodies are saying, yeah, the story is still the same. All this was a plot twist. And it's causing people that don't know what they're doing to think that it's made a short-term low and it's going to rally up. But it's only going to go up to where I say it's going to go with this fair value gap. That's the equilibrium inside of this range during time distortion. That's a lot. But the veteran students knows exactly what that implies, but now you're learning how to use it. We enter another time period where price reaches up into that old SIBI. And because I'm not trading supply and demand as the folks out there use it, I'm cutting through candles. I'm going back to that one. Why did I choose that one? Because it's in the middle of the equilibrium of that range, high and low, defined by liquidity and my PD arrays. See how that is? Now I can see right away, for someone that's brand new, this is just too much and it's complicated. And how could you possibly know? Because you haven't watched price action. You don't collect the price action and go over your chart and do these types of things. When you back test, the ideal scenario is for you to go back through price action because you have the benefit of hindsight. You can look at how price moved from one level to the next, but you want to go through every single individual candlestick and make a storyline of why it did this and why it didn't do that. And you're going to see these reoccurring phenomenon that take place in price action. They will repeat in the future. These types of things repeat over and over and over again. They may be slightly different. They may have a little bit of a character twist over here and there, but generally they're doing the same thing. They're running for inefficiency. They're running for stops. That's it. Or they're waiting during time distortion. That's what you're seeing right here. New minor sell side liquidity. After reaching up into that, it sells off. Now, the bodies come up to the high of that fair value gap there, and then we leave it and then look at the bodies. They stay right at the lower quadrant of it. It's not highlighted, but you can do this on your own chart. The wick goes almost to the top, but the bodies stay in the lower half. That's the signature that you know it's getting ready to start falling. When I'm doing live candle by candle calls, when I was doing it on X, and before X was X, I did it on Twitter, and before I did that, I did it in live stream, and I did it in front of a paid premium legion of people that watch me do this stuff. And it's not something I just learned overnight. I've been doing it for a long, long time. And my students that have been with me for a long, long time, they're learning how to do it themselves too. And it's a transferable skill set. But these are characteristics that repeat over and over and over again that you will learn by listening, taking notes, and then looking for these things in your old data and then collecting them. Don't think just because you can't make money on that past move, it's not of any use to you, because that's how you're going to learn it. There's no other way to learn it. There's no shortcut. You have to backtest. If you don't want to backtest, go do something else. Go follow somebody that wants to give signals. If they're a good trader, go for it. But I don't think it's possible for anyone to learn how to trade without backtesting. I just don't think it's possible. Not consistently profitable. I don't think that's possible. Okay, so The minor sell side is taken here. And I want you to take a look how price we're zoomed in again here, but moved over so you can see the ending run. This dive down in here, this last little piece of the run that takes us down into that overnight low. We had this small little gap after leaving this one. It comes up, trades into it. The bodies don't even come to the high of it. The wicks respect it. We drop down, consequent encroachment on that wick, and then we start to move lower. And we're going sideways, sideways, sideways until we get to a macro time. That's not highlighted here. You do it on your chart. At 10:50 to 11:10, it's going to displace. Where's it going to displace? First run is here, so you cast forth a vision. Time for the market to run. Where? Lower. What's the nearby sell side? There. Where's it been drawing to, and where's the original vision that you cast forth over the chart? Overnight lows. It dives down. You have long, stretched out black limousines running down to the 654 club below that low. When you see price action through this lens of creating a narrative, a plot, why it should do this, why it shouldn't do that, what candles are standing out? They're leading men or leading women candlesticks in the storyline. They're going to have a major role. And the candles that use them later on, like this over here, these are supporting actors. The supporting actor is saying, yes, this person, if it were a person, we're going to personify the candlestick. This actress is falling apart. And we're going to show that she's falling apart because we can't overtake the high of that. And we're stopping right in the middle with the bodies. And then we have more supporting actors over here with these candlesticks, only go up to half of it.